Hi everybody, this is God's Girl G and I am coming at you today with a hair update as promised. So what you see is the hair growth since I gave the last update that I believe was sometime in May, June, can't quite remember. But as you can see, it has grown out quite substantially. So this is what the front looks like. I have the front out. I'll get closer so you can see some of the waves, curls, whatever you want to call it, kinks, whatever, it is all good. I have been wearing my hair like this under my half wigs. I'll just slick it back, usually with damp with Infusium 23, a mixture of Infusium 23, African hair braid oil, leave-in, some other leave-in conditioners. It's just really a concoction of things and a little bit of water. Just to make sure that I keep it moist, and then I usually seal my ends with coconut oil. So here's what the back looks like. Hopefully you can see it. It's braided in a circle. And one of the things that I found out about my hair is that if I braid it straight back, my ends are kind of still out and kind of vulnerable. So I found that if I braid it in a circle, one, it keeps the braid much longer, and two, it just allows the ends to be even more protected. So I still wash my hair and co-wash my hair, deep condition my hair with the braid being like that. So that's one of the things that I have done. The other thing that I have noticed too about my hair is that I had very difficulty at the very beginning, which is why it took me so long to do a hair update, of understanding how to manage the natural hair. It was getting so bulky, so full. Even after it was wet, I could not work with it. And even combing it with a wide tooth comb while wet was actually still damaging my hair, and I hadn't put any heat on it or anything like that. Even when I wash, I let it air dry. So what it ended up breaking down, ladies, believe it or not, I am texturized. Surprise! What I wanted to do with the texture relaxer, I guess that's what they would call it, and I'll let you know what I did with it. The purpose of that was to take some of the bulk out of it and make it more manageable. I liked the way that my hair had the curls in it. I liked my natural curls, but I couldn't work with it from a standpoint of it. This kept breaking and started damaging my ends, and so it was one of those things where either I would blow dry, and I would need to blow dry it, basically put heat on it, or put a chemical in it, or a chemical in it, and not put any heat on it so that I could work with it. And so I weighed the two out, and because of my busy lifestyle, I did not have the time to do the blow dryer, to do the curling iron. I did not want to go back to heat, and so I'll let you know what I did with the Text Relaxer, because I kind of made my own up, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I did. Did a lot of research. Thanks you ladies for on YouTube for sharing your hair, natural hair journeys and things like that. And oh, by the way, before you start writing off a comment, I do know that I'm considered not natural now as a result of putting this chemical in my hair, even though I still look very natural. I just needed to get rid of some of the fullness. It was just so full I could not work with it. So anywho, I did a lot of research, and one of the things that I found out is that whether you put heat or chemical, you have to do really what's best for you and what's best for your hair, because my goal when I started this was to make my hair better so that I did not have to wear the half wigs. My biggest problem is I wanted fullness, I wanted the longer hair, the fuller hair, and I wanted some definition and curl to it, and this is exactly what I got. So I'm still very happy that I did the big chop, and basically showing America that it's okay to have some curls and definition. This is not by all means bone straight, nor I don't even know if people looking at me would even consider this texturized, just because it still has a lot of the definition and a lot of the fro, as you will, that my hair would normally have. So let me tell you what I did. I did a lot of research, and I wanted to use Mizani's Butter Blend Mild Relaxer. But when I went to the beauty supply stores, I did not see it. So what I ended up doing was going with Motions. I'll show you all that in a minute. I also did some research. I was concerned about mixing and matching my relaxer, with my neutralizing shampoo, with all that, because what it boils down to is that it's chemistry. This is chemistry, and I am not a chemist. So I wanted to stick with the same product line. So anyway, I ended up with Motions, and so I got the Motions Mild Relaxer. I think you can see it there. It is a lye relaxer because I found out that lye relaxer is better for your hair, and my scalp was actually in very good condition. But when I did this relaxer, I also based my scalp with petroleum jelly, just because I just don't like chemical burns and things of that nature. But I really didn't leave it in long enough to even get a chemical burn. But my goal here again is a healthy hair that is basically something that I'm proud of. So what I did also is that I really just didn't put the mild relaxer in. What I actually did here was took the mild relaxer, and I took enough out that would what I felt would cover my virgin hair at the time, and I put 1/4 of a cup, so 1/4 of a cup of olive oil in it, because I wanted to slow down the relaxer process. Now, there are those of you out there that are putting conditioner, like 1/4 of a cup of conditioner, in your relaxer. I was concerned about that because the conditioner in itself, it contains chemicals, and I was afraid to mix chemicals because, again, I'm not a chemist. So I wanted to stick again with, you know what, I can't go wrong with putting olive oil in a relaxer. So that's what I did. I mixed it all together, and it just made it much looser and things of that nature. I had someone help me because I don't want to take chances again with my hair. I did not want it straight. I wanted to actually have curl in it. So I left it on for a total, really, I divided my hair into 4 sections, and I had basically, she had about a minute, maybe a little over a minute per section to slap that stuff on. And again, the nice thing about it is because I put the olive oil in it, it slowed down the processing time. So even though it was a mild relaxer, I slowed it down even more because I did not want my hair over processed, because for me, over processed equated to basically thinning hair and things of that nature. I just wanted it broken down just long enough so I could get the definition that I needed and to take some of the bulk away. What I did next may shock you, and some of you may have heard about this, but there's probably a majority of you that have not, is one of the things that I found out whenever you're putting a relaxer in your hair, I can only speak to the lye relaxer because that's what I did my research on, is that you really must do a protein conditioner right after rinsing out the relaxer. So not when right after neutralizing, it's really when the hair shaft is open that you want to put the protein back in your hair. And so again, since I'm not a chemist and I don't want to mix chemicals, I use the same brand, which was Motions, and it's the CPR treatment conditioner. And that is exactly what I use. So right after putting in the relaxer, I ended up putting in the CPR, and I left that on for I do believe about 3 minutes, and then I rinsed that out. The next thing I did was then start neutralizing. So you're supposed to, again, neutralize with a neutralizing shampoo, which at that point would actually stop the process of the perm processing your hair. It is best to use a color indicator neutralizing shampoo. So if you can find one, a set out there that has one, that would be great. I don't believe this Motions, I don't recall actually had the color indicator on it, but you definitely, we ended up washing it about 3 or 4 times. And then what I did from there was I put in a moisturizing conditioner. Now this is where I had to switch. So I ended up putting my Aussie Moist in there. I absolutely love this conditioner. I got this at Walmart for probably about $5.99, and it has lasted me for so long. I put it in my concoctions. I'll take a little bit, put it in my hair, put some coconut oil over it. But I actually do use this kind of pretty much as a leave-in, but I use this as also my deep conditioning treatment. Put myself in a plastic bag, put my plastic bag on my head, and just walked around for a little bit with it on, and just did some conditioning on my hair, and then I just let it air dry. And what you have is so much easier for me to work with. Again, I still do not put heat on my hair. I do not want to do that. I have done some roller sets, and it seems to lay a little bit better and last a little bit longer, so I was very pleased about that. So my recommendation again to you is that if you are natural, or even if you're relaxed, and you are looking at trying to not over process your hair, add that 1/4 of a cup of olive oil to your relaxer, and I can guarantee you it will save you from over processing, because that way it buys you some time. I am actually not planning on doing that to my hair again for probably about 6 months, because again, I actually do I do like the results that I am seeing, but I don't want to over process. I do want to still look like this what you're seeing, but I am not trying to put a bunch of chemicals in my hair. I just want to do that maybe every 6 months, if that. And so maybe the next time I do it, I will let you know, and maybe I'll bring you along for the ride. So that was my quick update on my hair. I'm very pleased with the process. It will be 1 year since the big chop for me on May 1st, so that will be coming up here in the next couple of months, and you can see the progress. I am just amazed at how much my hair has grown. So just very, 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 very pleased, and I'm very pleasantly actually surprised at how the hair grows. And my goal again is just retaining the length. I don't believe that there's a product out there that can make your hair grow. I think that there's products out there that will help retain length, and you have to find out what works for you, your concoctions. But the main thing that I've learned about this journey that I have been on is just moisturizing and sealing in the hair ends and the hair shaft, actually the whole hair, with some oil to make sure that it stays moist, because our hair is the driest hair that you can have out of all of the ethnicities, or I can't say ethnicities, out of all the hair types, our hair is the driest. So hopefully you've learned something from this, because I have learned a ton of stuff, because again, as you know, I've not seen my natural hair since I was age 13, so this is the first time, and it's learning a whole new culture. And again, I use the word natural, and ladies, again, please don't write me that, oh, you know, God's Girl G, you're not natural anymore. I do know that, but to me, my hair still looks natural, like the way that I want it to look. So anyway, I hope this video has helped you, and if you have any questions about it, just let me know. Take care.